Today I'm reacting to Lamine Yamal's watch collection.
Lamine Yamal.
What did I say?
Jamal. It's Yamal.
Yamal.
Yes.
Lamine Yamal.
No, Yamal.
Yeah, that's what I said, Yamal. Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do?
Yeah, you're close enough.
Is it Jamal or Yamal?
Yamal.
Yamal.
Yeah, Lamine, not Lamine.
Lamine Yamal.
No.
No.
That'll do, that'll do.
Alright, fair enough. His watch collection. How old is he now? 12?
I think he's 17.
He was 16 making his debut at Spain and stuff. I just wanted to ask, where is he from? But it was Spain, of course. He is some boyo, but you're not the biggest fan. You said he doesn't show up in big matches, but he did show up in big matches with Spain. All I remember, he was absolutely the star of was the World Cup or the European thing?
The Euros.
The Euros. He was the star of the Euros at 16 years old. Was Messi the star of the Euros or the World Cup when he was 16? When was Messi Messi and Ronaldo? When were they absolutely the daddy?
They're all from 17, 18 onwards.
He did. I don't believe Ronaldo was carrying Portugal when he was 18. I don't believe that.
Messi wasn't carrying Argentina when he was 18.
No, exactly. So what do you expect from this guy? I mean, kid.
I wouldn't say he's carrying Spain though.
He did carry them when he was 16. Did Spain win in the end? Yeah,
Yeah, they won the Euro.
Yeah, exactly. He done that. You know what a funny bit is? Back in the day, maybe it's me getting older and getting less interested, but like back in the day, every week I heard stuff about Ronaldo, Messi and stuff. Blah, blah. I still do sometimes. Neymar. I never hear anything about him. He's at Barcelona, isn't he? Is he the daddy of Barcelona? I hear more about that junior person at Real Madrid. Would you say that is the new Ronaldo versus?
I don't know. I don't know if there's really people on their exact level, to be honest.
It's not even important. Before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I need your subscription right now. We're nearly at 2 million subscribers. I need you. I need you so hard. You have no idea. I have, yeah.
It's also free.
It's free for you and it means a lot to me. Can we sort that out, please? Yeah? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if you, by the way, want to buy a watch, sell your watch, brideandpinion.com. Right now, we sell everything from Tissot, from Hamilton. We're authorized dealers of Jules Nardin, etc., etc. We sell Rolex, Richard Mille, Patek, Philippe, Audemars Piguet. We even sell that piece of Cubitus, which I think you shouldn't buy, by the way, because it looks like an absolute AI generated image of a Nautilus. It's like absolute horrendous. Anyway, brideandpinion.com. Represent the crown, the king. Have you bought your watch there yet? I'm waiting. Let's get stuck in the video. Right, let's start off. I cannot say a single nice thing about this watch. Not a single nice thing. A Cubitus. I don't know what to say other than this is absolute horrendous. I mean, this is personally for me the biggest absolute blunder that Patek Philippe has done in the last 200 years. Sorry. I don't know what happened 200 years ago. 100 years. Also don't know what happened 100 years ago. At least 20 years. Let me be very clear. I've looked at this from several ways, right? I've looked at this from several angles. Why did the chairman, Thierry Stern, the president, the boss, the owner, do this? Well, first of all, because he can and he's the boss. But second of all, the way this all went about was an absolute embarrassment, to say the least. And not Patek Philippe. Let me put it this way. There were leaks of this watch a couple of days before the watch was officially announced. And everyone said, this is fake, this is AI, this is not real, a lot of bullshit, blah, blah. I said, can't be real, can't be right. Thierry Stern, whenever he announced it officially, got so much shit that he went on an interview and said, well, if you don't like a Cubitus, you're not a Patek Philippe customer either. He pissed off so many Patek Philippe collectors for that, it is actually nuts. But second of all, he wanted to get rid of the Nautilus. I may have, and I just saw that earlier, have a video where he states that he wanted to get rid of the Nautilus because the Nautilus was not designed internally. He wanted to have something that was designed in-house. Well, designed by either a blind designer or Thierry Stern himself. It's either one of them, but like, no offense, I don't get it. Let me see this video. I'm so glad I actually recorded that because that interview is actually, you can't find that interview anywhere anymore. There, it was 2022. I am convinced that Mr. Thierry Stern has a personal vendetta against the designer of the Nautilus, Gil Genta. Let me explain. This is a video that got deleted from the internet a long time ago. But when I heard Thierry Stern saying this, thought, what the f is wrong with you?
I think people also have to understand that it's not only about Nautilus, Patek Philippe. You know, this is quite new actually. I had never understood where and how this Nautilus is so famous.
So his most important watch, he doesn't understand it. He hates it.
I don't know. And this is something really very mysterious. But on one side, I'm very happy. But on the other one, I don't want to be monoproduct. So this is also why I stopped the 5711, because we fabricated enough, and I have to preserve the value of the watches, all of them, for my customer. And one of the points to do that is to stop the production. And I think secondly, it's also
So he needs to preserve the value of the actual product, so of the 5711. So he discontinued the model, but then he launched the 5811. No, that was just a cash grab, mate, because you're making a steel watch which you were selling for 30,000 Swiss franc, and now you're making a white gold watch which you can sell for 100,000 pounds Swiss franc. It's simple, it's money. So be honest about that. But also in this, I have the vibe that he absolutely hated the Nautilus, and also it doesn't make any sense what he's saying. He doesn't understand the popularity of the Nautilus. So he makes the exact same watch in steel, exactly the same watch in gold, exactly the same watch in general, but then in the shape of a f***ing cube. This is literally a Nautilus from Wish.com. Everything is the same. Caliber is the same, bracelet is the same, dial is the same, date wheel's the same, hands are the same. Pots in an innovative product. Honestly, I wish I could say something incredibly amazing about this watch. Oh, I actually can. The platinum variation on that strap is a really nice watch which wears really nice. I am just so disappointed, and I was when it launched. However, it's still a valuable watch. It's still a valuable watch, hands down. But I don't think the watch represents that value in any way, shape or form. For me, this is gold scrap value, to be honest. Yeah, in and around $140,000, to be fair. Lamine Yamal with a lot of rings and blings and aftermarket. This is fake watch, by the way. Yeah, it's fantastic. Like, that bezel is not AP. That case actually looks like it could potentially be from AP. Bracelet looks like could be from AP. Dial is not AP. Hands is not AP. It's like real / not real, but it is absolute horrendous.
I think this is from his birthday party outfit.
I do like it as a prop. As an outfit prop, and yeah, he is in a different tax bracket than most.
That was the party where he got in loads of trouble in the media for.
Did he? But no, I've never heard of that. Did he do a Diddy party?
It seemed to be a bit similar.
Was he not dating some like 30-year-old OnlyFans model or something?
He was, yeah, but I think they got into trouble because they got dwarfs. They got a bunch of dwarfs to come in.
That is Wolf of Wall Street type of shit.
Yeah, I think he probably watched Wolf of Wall Street.
I'm not gonna lie, I rate that. Like, I rate that. I mean, you're supporting the economy. Dwarfs are allowed to earn money too. Like, I mean, we hired dwarfs to read the greens on a golf course because they're closer to the ground. You see what I mean? Like, it's genuinely, that's true. And it made a belter video and they made a lot of money. They are allowed to earn money too. Is that, what is that?
They sing a wee song for you.
Did I? I have never heard of that.
They sing.
Do they?
Hi-ho!
Oh, Snow White. And was it 7 dwarfs or 8?
7.
I'm so uncultured. Lamine Yamal in an air. Who's the other bloke on the right? You know that this actually was my first ever Rolex, by the way. Was it? Am I lying? I think it was my first ever Rolex at retail. I've had so many watches, I'm so rich that I can't remember, you know? Yeah, this could potentially be my first ever Rolex, and I really hated it. I absolutely hated every bit of it. I don't know why I got it at the time. Flipped it again because I was like King Flipper back in the day. I actually think I lost money on that. That was my least enjoyable Rolex I've ever worn in my life. Like, genuinely. Listen, it's a cool watch, mate. It's a Rolex. It's a two-tone Rolex. It's still a cool watch. But I just hated wearing it. I just didn't enjoy it. It was like those in between. But it doesn't make sense what I wanted to say. It's one of those in between Rolexes. You can't afford full gold, which was correct, and steel was too basic. But like, I love the two-tone Submariner with a blue dial. Maybe it's because the dial was so boring. I don't know what it is. I didn't enjoy it. What I do enjoy is indeed the 15454OR, the frosted rose gold AP Royal Oak. I would thoroughly enjoy that. And what's going on with this frosted stuff the last couple of videos? Because there's frosted watches every time. It's like a new thing. It's like AP introduced that recent years, and now I see it everywhere. And that is quite an achievement, to be honest. That watch he's wearing on his wrist there is not the watch that is next to it.
Hey, I didn't make that.
That's a wide dial chronograph. I'm clickbaited here. I'm talking about a frosted rose. He probably doesn't even have that. Now people think I don't know watches. Is there someone trying to expose me on the back end or something? Are you trying to expose me? Are you trying to say that I'm not a real watch expert? Someone is trying to expose me, but I was ahead of them. I was ahead of them. He's wearing the exact same watch on the next photo, which is the chronograph. This is reference number 26315OR. There's another variation of this watch, which is the 26240OR, which is basically near enough the identical watch in a different size with a different wide dial, with different sub dials. I don't know what AP is doing with their SKUs anymore because I am absolutely lost now. Back in the day, there was some logic, and there's no logic anymore. But he's wearing exactly the same watch. Watch is worth in about the $75,000. That watch was worth about $150K about 2 years ago.
Serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Drop so much?
Because people didn't want it anymore. And this is only going to go one way. This is only going to drop like a stone. Like AP have been shafting their customers for so many years. Not shafting, but they've been trying to get people on this buying journey. You need to buy this code 1159 and then this and then that. Well, it's always code 1159, but several variations of that. And then maybe you'll be considered to buy a proper Royal Oak, not the offshore, because you also need to buy an offshore. It is just, people are just done with it, right? And let me be very clear, the masculinity in the brand has also kind of disappeared. So yeah, it's still, there's still people out there trying to flex with that, but yeah, that's going to change in the next year or two. You're going to see a big change.
What would you do if you were AP? How would they get you back on side?
I think they need a, and this is nothing personal, right? This is nothing personal, but I'm going to say this absolutely black and white. It's not going to be the nicest thing I'm going to say. Watches is a man's accessory. The company, including the marketing team, the majority are not man. That's the point. Francois Benoit was the epitome of the peak male masculinity. He was the daddy. He was nearly going to be a pro golfer. When he walked into a room, holy f***, his aura was, man. I've never had a one-to-one conversation with him. I've shaken his hand once, but when he walked into a room, it's that aura, it's that power. And that was the leader of AP. Whenever he left, he took that aura with him. It sounds really stupid, but like a lot of the crazy stuff that AP has done throughout the years was because of Francois.
Kind of like Manchester United.
Yeah, the manager, yeah. Fergie left and well, we don't look back, eh? Right? Mm-hmm. It's literally like that. The only way to restore that is, well, would you go back? Would you want Francois back again? I don't know. I don't think that is right, but it needs someone with like power. Someone like George Kern. Someone that is a wee bit narcissistic, a wee bit crazy, a wee bit selfish, but just has that peak masculinity inside him. Like that's what it needs. And you will see that in the marketing campaigns as well, and the collaborations, and the watches.
Did you pull out of collaborations, did you say, as well, like golf and stuff?
Yeah, because Francois left. Like I think, because AP is still family owned, funny enough. There's still, like the OG family is still within the company. And I feel that he left because the board couldn't control him. This sounds really rough, but Ilaria is a great leader, but not for a brand like AP, if you know what I mean. I don't want to destroy my reputation with AP because I have nothing more than respect for that. And I actually really respect Ilaria because, let me be clear, when you take over control from Fergie in Man United, you cannot do it better. You can only lose. That is what happened with AP. At the height of the industry, AP switched leadership. Well, the industry went down, AP went down. And there's brands actually that I would say could do with some fresh leadership, like for example, Bremont. There's no leadership at that company. But you get the point, yeah? Just to be clear, I'm telling you how I feel and how I look at things, and not just me. I've had similar conversations with big collectors. They all feel the same. And it feels literally that the marketing team is desperately grabbing towards John Mayer to make him the front man in marketing because he was popular in the industry because of 2 videos he done with Houdinki, and he's an enthusiast. Yeah, it's not f***ing Travis Scott, it's not the bad boy image, it's not the Jay-Z's of this world, to be honest. Well, John Mayer is an incredible artist. There's a wee bit of a difference there, isn't there? Not in status, but in cultural impact. Like, let me be clear, John Mayer is an absolute legend, and I think I love his music, genuinely I do. Cultural impact, that's what we need to look at.
Have they done any collaborations recently other than John Mayer?
Yeah, with some half-famous DJ, can't remember his name.
Didn't obviously have an impact on you?
No, didn't. Rolex Datejust 126333 333 Wimbledon dial, like that. I like that watch, it's cool. This is the thing, right? Two-tone again, but this time the two-tone works. For me, personally, anyway. I would enjoy that.
I think two-tone on the Jubilee bracelet's far nicer than two-tone on the Oyster bracelet.
Yeah, but if you look at the Submariner, it's different. The black dial is horrendous for Submariner, to be honest. Like, this is just a super nice watch. I think if you have the money, if you have serious money and you want to build a collection, Wimbledon should be added to that. Lamine Yamal wearing a TikTok shop watch. That's a TikTok shop, mate. I don't know what it's trying to do, but that's a TikTok shop watch. I don't know what he's young, of course. He likes the ice outs, that stuff.
What's it meant to be?
I don't know. It's shit. It actually looks a wee bit like an IWC Ingenieur, but then a wee bit of cancer, to be honest. Anyway, that's TikTok shop watch. You can buy the TikTok shop. Another Datejust, same reference number, different dial, looks like the black dial, looks like the diamond hour markers, looks all right, don't like the diamonds, he does. That's his taste, not mine, not my problem. It's lovely. Actually a cool watch. I like the Datejust, mate. Jubilee bracelet, Datejust, I think that is daddy. I am dying to get my hands on the GMT with a Jubilee bracelet with a tiger dial. I don't know what the nickname goes in the culture anymore. I'm not really that cultured, but I am so unbelievable. Like, I think I'm unbelievable. Like, I'm obsessed with it. Can you imagine, right? Lamine Yamal, can you imagine him, right? Wearing Simon Bread. That's when you will stand out. 5270s, a vintage Daytona. Like, can you imagine that? How much he would stand out? Vachon Constantin. He's 17, 18, wearing that, that's when you stand out. 126300, another Datejust. This must be one of his first watches. I don't know how to say this the right way. People in the industry call it the entry point for the Datejust because it has the dome bezel and not the fluted bezel, and it's cheaper, but I absolutely disagree with that in every way possible. I do prefer the fluted bezel because I think the way the light hits the fluted bezel is just different gravy, man. Like, it's different gravy. The ceramic that Rolex uses on their bezels is the best ceramic in the industry ever. Unbelievable. The fluted bezel of Rolex is also insane. Rolex is just fascinated with how a watch catches light and how that light is then being distributed towards the owner's eyes. It sounds really stupid, but I'm convinced about that. I want to give you an example, and I want you to do this for me, right? If you have a black ceramic Daytona, if you're fortunate enough to have a black ceramic Daytona or a black Submariner, go outside when the sun properly shines. You see something on the dial that a camera cannot capture. If you take a photo of it, it looks like it's photoshopped. It's something undescribably beautiful. That is what Grand Seiko, of course, doesn't have, and also Grand Seiko owners don't understand because they only look at, oh, spring drive. Ooh, I don't know how we got to this point, but I do know because I prefer the fluted bezel significantly. Cool watch though. I would say it's worth realistically about $9,000. This is the GMT, the root beer, two-tone again, rose gold and steel. You see this glimp here? You have the bezel. To give you an example, the bezel here, and then you see that we color light difference, what they're trying to capture here. You can actually see that in real life. Like in real life, when you have that exact watch. That's literally that view I mean. I don't know how to explain it. It's really difficult to explain. Unbelievable. To be fair, can you imagine this, right? Making a 36mm Submariner with that bezel. Me. That would be insane. GMT is hands down the best watch Rolex ever produced. And I would say the best complication in any wristwatch ever created. Period. 2 time zones on a wrist is unbelievable when you're working in different time zones or when you're traveling. Unbelievable watch. I would say that value of that watch is about $20,000, $19,000. I don't know where the dollar is. Did it tank? Did it go up? What's the crack? What did Trump do yesterday? Oh yeah, he bombed Iran or something, or no he didn't, or whatever the it is going on. But like in and around that number. GMT, man, my favorite watch in the whole world. I prefer the Pepsi though. Or actually, I would have loved to see this, right? And I think that this is gonna happen, dead on. I think this is gonna happen. I think we're gonna have the return of the full black on black LN GMT, and hopefully you're able to spec it with a Jubilee bracelet. That would be the perfect GMT for me. Yes, yes, but this is the Pepsi, or this is the Ghost.
Bruce Wayne.
Or Bruce Wayne, whatever the I'm colorblind. Lights are so different anyway.
Gray with black, almost black.
But like the black on black, the full black. This wasn't planned, by the way. Your watch smells like your perfume. Do you spray perfume on your watch?
On hand.
I think we need to have a conversation about that. No, no, I'm joking. I love that. Jubilee bracelet, spec properly, love it. Like that's the perfect watch. Right. I'm gonna applaud this last watch. Lamine Yamal, I'm gonna applaud this last watch, mate. That is special. White gold, Beach Daytona. There's several different color variations of the Beach Daytona. This was when Rolex had balls. They brought out the Tiger, remember the Tiger thing? They brought out the Beach Daytona in different colors with you know what? The color of the dial, the color of the strap, and the color of the box were all matching. It was insane. A mother of pearl dial, really, really fruity. No offense, but like really cool. I don't know what the idea was of Rolex to launch this. Was this really directed at women, but the Daytona was still 40mm? Or was this just to be colorful? I love it. I miss that Rolex, to be honest. Well, they did do the puzzle dial. Like, I miss that Rolex, to be honest.
How many colors did they have of the Beach Daytona?
I think 5. Rolex launched the Beach Daytona in different colors. How many colors were there? There was pink and green and there were yellow, and how many colors were there exactly?
The Rolex Daytona Beach models actually came out in 4 distinct colors. You had that pink and green, like you mentioned, but also a light blue and a kind of yellowish or almost a kind of creamy color. So in total, there were 4 versions of that beach series of the Daytona.
Should have known it was 4. Should have known it was 4. I should have known it was 4. What the do I know about watches? I think the value of this watch sits today, well, I would pay definitely $60,000 for that. I think it's absolutely spectacular. It sounds so stupid, but it's going to be historically super important. It's already increased a wee bit in value in recent years, but I believe that this is going to be a future absolute classic. And for that, Lamine Yamal, I respect that. And I would love to be able to advise you properly about what would be an absolute insane watch to wear during big events. I would love to be the guy. So let's get in touch. Let's speak. Does he speak English? I don't speak Spanish, but I'll learn Spanish for him, like. Hola, señorita, ¿cómo estás? 12 veces, por favor. Cenicero, por favor. La cuenta, sí. Daytona Beach. Mwah.